It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Spaceman, get it on. I grew up, I'm 20 minutes outside of Seacane, Pennsylvania, and I can't tell you how much I love these Malibu vlogs because I'm not going to make it out there anytime soon. And I'd love to see the context of what you're talking about. If you get back into what you want to do for your house soon, get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, Seacane's a little town outside of Philly that I spent time in when I was a little kid. And yeah, thanks for watching us vlogs. We'll keep them coming. You guys can go up. A lot of people coming up to me saying they've been enjoying them, just been going out and shooting them. So enjoy that. There's one of me walking through a Home Depot that's up there now where I'm telling you what tools to buy and so on and so forth. So enjoy.
Fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun. What do you got?
Well, only the biggest viral news story of the year.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you can guess what that is.
Yeah, it's the Coldplay thing.
Coldplay kiss cam.
I don't... It's weird. There are things in life that
are multidimensional.
Really capture me. And then there are other things I don't care about at all.
You don't care about this at all?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I don't have a real powerful moral compass.
Uh-huh.
But
that's why I'm here.
I do remember when Tommy Lee came in years ago and he was talking about the sex tape being stolen and stuff. And he was like, yeah, I had it in a safe and we moved the safe to the garage and we were remodeling the house. And then someone broke into the safe and they told them they're trying to sell it back to us or something. And at some point, somebody said to me, you want to watch that tape? And I was like, no, I don't. It's not mine.
Yeah.
Somebody did something to somebody. It's not for me.
Yeah.
And I don't feel entitled to watch it. And that person is a victim, basically. And we kind of cheer it on, but it really...
Make TV shows based off of it.
Yeah, we really shouldn't. And so this, to me, is some personal situation with two people, and then there's other people, and there's kids and stuff involved. And it's pretty, it's as old as the Bible, people having adulterous affairs.
That's why it's one of the 10 Commandments of what not to do.
I get it. It's funny. And it's a little, hey, rich guy knocked him off his perch, not feeling so good about yourself, that kind of thing. But it's weird because to me, there's nothing interesting about it. It's a rich guy who's having an affair with someone at work.
What if it was a poor guy having an affair? What if he wasn't the CEO of a tech company?
I don't think we would care.
You don't think the whole internet would be united? I liked it because the internet was united for 24 hours. I didn't like it because I thought of the dude's wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that shows my feminine bias because I didn't think of her husband. Or I thought of wife and kids for both.
If this guy was the guy who was doing maintenance at the Pabst Theater, no one would care.
Giving you directions to the stage.
No one would care. We care because of this. Because they're... Well, also, and because...
I actually cared the most because he was the CEO and she was the head of HR.
So
it confirms,
it
confirms my bias that HR is totally and utter bullshit.
Oh, it's
that
total
is
bullshit.
Not meant to protect anyone except the company. And I'm pretty sure I've worked at companies where there is some happening between HR and executives, and the bias was rampant.
Now, here's the question. I don't know, and I remember this is a big deal, but again, to me, it's there are other stories to me that are the whole Obama-Russiagate stuff. It's oh my God.
That's serious, though. I agree with that. But that's serious stuff. I
agree.
actually appreciated that this united the country, across all political lines.
Yeah, but now
then I have a girlfriend that's a defense.
is why did it get out there? Was it the reaction?
Yeah. I think if they just kept standing there, look at the girl, how red she is. So the joke on Instagram that was hilarious was that's the girl that found out about the affair and then just got a promotion last week to keep her mouth shut.
So somebody, all right, so let's break this down. Somebody filmed...
No. They're on the kiss cam.
Yeah.
They're on the Jumbotron.
They're on the Jumbotron.
And they're going around. And Chris,
No. I understand how this works. But somebody filmed the Jumbotron.
I think thousands of people were probably filming the Jumbotron hoping maybe they were on it. That's what happens nowadays. Everybody's looking for their TikTok moment.
So everyone's filming the Jumbotron, and these two pop up, and instead of kissing, they do something very stilted and awkward.
It wasn't stilted and awkward. They were listening to the song and like, oh, that's so nice. She's singing along, and then they see themselves and that. If they hadn't done that.
No, you're not hearing me.
Sorry.
It's called a kiss cam, right? You see yourself up there and you kiss, right?
You're saying shame on them for not kissing?
All right.
I'm so confused.
You film the person, they see they're up there and they do the kiss.
Yes.
Right, but instead of kissing, they did something stilted and awkward.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I just said. You said no. You kept saying no.
Because I don't think it's stilted and awkward. I think it was an overreaction, and that's what was the red flag for everybody. Like, stilted to me seems like weird and like stiff and like, right?
Okay. Okay, they did something different. But well, now we need to look up awkward and stilted. I would say awkward and stilted is a pretty good. I'm pretty good, but you don't have to yell no if that's what I'm saying.
No.
But it's a bad habit. People do it all the time. But okay, I'm trying to piece this thing together, but you have to let me go through the pieces.
Okay,
so
I'm
somebody filmed the Jumbotron,
Mm-hmm.
the kiss cam. You're supposed to kiss, and instead of kissing, they did something stilted and awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so somebody who's filming this, they don't know who those people are.
True.
So they see something that looks suspicious.
Yes.
And now they have to put it out?
Yes. And then after the video was put out and went viral, that's when internet sleuths figured out that it was the CEO and the HR director.
Right. And what was the initial thing of I'm going to put this out? Like, who did it and what did they label it?
Oh, I don't know where the original post came from. I know it was on TikTok.
Somebody had to have enough time at a Coldplay concert to film somebody see strangers on a Jumbotron and decide it would be a good idea to post this.
Because everybody under the age of 40 thinks everything is postable. And a lot of people, I think part of TikTok, Reels, even X, it's like you have a thought, you put it out on X, right? You have videos, you put them on YouTube.
Yeah.
People like that are young.
No, I get it, but this isn't exactly a squirrel water skiing. This just seems like a weird couple moment. But
if you watch it with the audio too, I mean, the fact that Chris Martin, lead singer for Coldplay, said, "Oh man, that's a weird reaction." Like he audibly. Can we play that?
Oh,
because that's important to hear as well.
All right.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what?
All right.
Oh no, he says, "Uh-oh, what?"
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
So I think that's why everybody's and then that's
what did it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it was the reaction, and it was Chris Martin saying something. And then the internet sleuths took it from there, and then they put together the connection.
Now.
So I still stand by, even if he was a janitor, and she, did 800 number calls to sell you solar.
No.
People would still freak out over this.
No, I don't think so, because I think if this is regular blue collar folk, I don't think it has the momentum. I think we're very much in the, look, here's what we like. If a guy has an affair and he's a janitor, we don't really care. When the priest does, then we care. And when the priest who's been preaching about how sinful it is to lay down with another man has a gay affair, then we really go nuts. And that's where we're at. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, there's a popular meme going out right now where it's like every summer a billionaire gets taken down.
Right.
And this guy's running $1 billion company. I'm not sure if he's a billionaire.
He's not a billionaire, but the company was.
Yeah, we're in the business of taking down billionaires.
Well, I think that's what this is. Yeah.
So I don't know. I like to think that the internet would come together over anything on a Jumbotron at a Coldplay concert.
Well, there might be some traction,
but not
if
5
the guy
days
was a
of
janitor,
traction.
but not this.
So backing up, giving you a argument here, like some clout, you might be right, because apparently this HR executive was on her second marriage and is married to a very wealthy family with a lot of connections, the Cabots in the Boston area.
Here's what I don't get. if you're cheating, like having an affair, why are you going in such a public space and doing this?
This was Ben Shapiro's point. He's like,
not?
Clearly, did you want to get caught?
Well, it's
like
kind
if you're having an affair and you get caught at dinner and you see like a parent of a kid who your kid goes to school with, and they're like, "Hey, that's not your wife." Mm-hmm. It's like, are they just not thinking? How do people have affairs?
I don't know. I was
how?
I was dating a woman a million years ago.
Was she married?
No.
Okay.
But we didn't want anyone to know we were dating.
Oh.
And so I was like, well, if we go out to dinner on Saturday night in Hollywood or Beverly Hills or something, she's a tall blonde, so people would see her and they'd see me and they'd recognize it and people would know what was going on.
Yeah.
So I said, I used to live in La Cañada, California, and there's nothing over there. But they got good restaurants, but there's no Hollywood, there's no paparazzi, there's no anything.
There's nobody who would know you.
I don't know. They would know or they wouldn't care.
Yeah.
And so there's this place called La Cabanitas, this Mexican food place. And I said, we should go there. It's just like 20 minutes away and there won't run into any agents from William Morris or anything. And so I called the restaurant to we're driving there. And it's just like make sure they had a table or something. And I called them and they're like, yeah, La Cabanita. And I'm like, hey, do you have a table, the couple around 8 o'clock, couple and the guy goes, is this Adam Carolla?
You're like, never mind, it's the McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah, I said, he'd listen to the radio. But I was more recognizable from the radio.
Yeah.
So people that heard my voice,
Yep.
they knew who it was. But so much for our liaison. But
I think nowadays,
I don't know why
especially,
they're doing this. Why so open? Why so touchy? Why not?
Well, was this a company outing? Apparently now people have said that he was a horrible asshole of a boss and that everybody within the company knew about the affair. All the other memes have been about like, I'd want to be on this Slack channel like right now. What's happening?
Right.
Yeah, I think now, especially nowadays, like with social media and everybody has their phone out, the assumption is that you're going to be on camera whether you like it or not.
I have no idea why you do that public
How do
display
people
of
have
affection.
affairs?
Yeah. Keep it quiet.
How? You can't go to dinner. You
There's
can't go to like a school function.
I know there's Ring doorbells every 10 feet. Like, I don't know how anyone does anything.
So when I've been walking around, I'm training for something. I've been doing a lot of hiking and walking. Like, I feel like almost every other house I walk by is like, you are now on camera. Like, it's like the robot voice that's telling you that you're on like their security system when you're walking by on the street. You're right.
I don't even know how people... Well, I know how people attempt crime. We just go, fuck it, film it, and we're doing it anyway. And that's what we do in L.A. We just go, I'm
Not
stealing
Orange
your
County,
shit.
but L.A. County.
Yeah, L.A. County's like, I'm stealing stuff from your porch, and someone goes, there's a camera. And they go, yeah, okay.
Have you seen the ones that are really bad where they send the kid? They do a drive-by in a car to see if there's Amazon packages and stuff. And then they pull around the corner, and then they send like a little kid, like elementary school age.
Oh, perfect.
To get the box.
It's so... Ugh.
It's horrible.
Not in Wisconsin. Not at Elkhart Lake.
They trust Adam with a whole office building.
They did. All right, what else we got?
Next up, we have Stephen Colbert talking about how his Late Show was canceled by CBS. I think we got video of that. They're saying that it's not immediately canceled. It will be ending in May of 2026, so they're going to finish out the season. And apparently they're saying it's because they're out of money. But of course, leftists in the country are saying that, well, it's because of the changing media landscape and all of these complaints from Donald Trump.
Oh, the
being
lawsuit
persistently, the lawsuit. And also they're saying, oh, he's a persistent late night critic. Really, though?
Well, first off, it is a weird thing to literally talk shit about Trump. And every one of these people, if there's a camera anywhere, that's all they do.
By the way,
talk shit
even
about
when
Trump.
it's not a camera, they're fancy dinner parties.
Whatever.
And like,
that's all they do. That's all they do. And then to say, oh, you say something against Trump and now you get canceled. Like, well, then half the country would be canceled.
True.
I mean, that's how it works. I heard the show was losing $40 million a year.
Holy cow.
Those shows are really expensive. Super. And by the way, his salary's 20 plus. So it losing 40, and if you can lose 40 for a while, but eventually they'll pull the plug.
I mean, I guess it is kind of sad because The Late Show, minus Stephen Colbert, has been an institution in American media and late night comedy.
Yeah.
But I would say maybe give it a new host, but maybe CBS is just like not worth it if they're losing that much money.
The cost of those shows. I mean, okay. When those shows win an Emmy, and they win an Emmy, and they go best writing in variety, whatever, the Colbert Report, Stephen Colbert, whatever, late night, Stephen Colbert, you can watch 19 guys walk up on stage to get the Emmy.
Yeah.
Because they have 19 writers.
Yep.
Full time.
Yep.
Everyone's getting good six figures. And that's just the writer's room.
Yeah, that's not like hair and makeup and producers and lighting and editors.
How about real estate? You're taking a theater in the middle of Manhattan. And
I wonder what they're going to do with that.
Ed Sullivan's still Ed Sullivan? Anyway, the point is it is so expensive.
Yeah.
And if commercials have dropped and ratings have dropped and viewership have dropped, and you can't support it.
He was being beat significantly and consistently by Greg Gutfeld's show over on Fox News.
Right. And
that's like a cable. People are paying extra to watch Fox News. They weren't paying extra to watch CBS.
And Gutfeld has no writer's room and has no producers or anybody. It's totally stripped down, bare. And when you go to Gutfeld's, you go, Gutfeld's, this your studio? And it's like, no, this is the 5 studio, but we convert it after they get off the air to the Gutfeld studio. Like he doesn't even have his own studio. And it's roll-out bleachers that like unfold like a high school gym.
It's lean and mean, and it's doing well for Fox.
It doesn't his Gutfeld's budget. I mean, forget about what you pay the host. We'll just say forget about that. But what it takes to make one, I would reckon that for every one Colbert episode that he puts out, you could probably do 28 Gutfelds for the budget that it costs. And you might do 35. I mean, it's literally that kind of ratio.
Yep.
And if the one that you can make 30 of for every one is getting lower ratings, then you're on the clock.
That's why you are getting axed. It's not because of Orange Man bad Donald Trump. He didn't.
I don't know. They never listen to Trump. I don't think so. But they love.
But this is literally what all the like lefty Twitter and Instagram stuff are saying. It's like, well, what did Donald Trump do to get the beloved Stephen Colbert canceled?
Here's what you have to do if you think about it. What they do, what the left does is they lay out some scenario that is very difficult to realize. So here's what they do. They'll go, he's a totalitarian dictator. He's Hitlerian, right?
And then they do the signs that have like just dick really big. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't seen that.
At the No Kings Day, that was like all the rage. He's a dictator, but
the dick is big. So they lay something out, or they lay like what Biden would do. He'd go, white supremacy is the biggest problem this country faces, right? Or cops are bad, they kill innocent black people, right? Okay. So now you've laid down something that's really tough because that's a tall order to say a dictator's been voted in, is taken over, whatever. Or white supremacy is the biggest problem this country faces, or cops are evil and shooting black people. So now you have to grab every morsel, every crumb, and try to blow it up into something to support this whatever. So if a black guy gets in a car and drives through a parade and kills a bunch of white people, you don't mention it because that's difficult with your narration. Or if a black cop shoots a white guy, that's another problem. That's a problem with what your narrative is. And if any of this happens, you don't pay any attention to it. I mean, look what they had to do on January 6th. It's an insurrection, not since Pearl Harbor. Okay, that's a tough order because I see a bunch of guys wandering around. with no weapons. But you
not a sneak attack from the
we're
gonna
count people that killed themselves who worked there a year earlier as a death from. You got to work real hard. So they make these proclamations, and then anytime something happens, they have to grab it to try to pad their proclamation. So if Colbert gets canceled, they go, "Oh, Trump, we can make that work." With our stupid proclamation. I mean, they do it with white supremacy. They try and try.
I'm actually surprised they haven't been smart enough to try to tie it to like the defunding of PBS and NPR. Like
that'll probably be
like
next.
killing the First Amendment. That's what he's doing.
Yes. So anyway,
or maybe the American people killed the show because they weren't watching because it wasn't funny.
Yeah. Well, no one should feel sorry for Colbert.
A lot of money. You know what? He's probably going to get an MSNBC gig.
Oh, they always end up somewhere or some Harvard something. They always love throwing that stuff out. Yeah, he'll do something.
He'll get a Nobel Prize for like literature.
Yeah, he'll do. I mean, he'll probably do a podcast or whatever. Anyway, he's a persnickety guy.
He's a persnickety guy?
Yeah, there's some guys are like. There's comedians that are like laid back, and then there are ones that are like snippety. He's a kind of snippety. Yeah, not my cup of tea.
Any other behind the scenes things you want to share?
I think
did his sister run for office? She ran as like a Democrat, right? And then he endorsed her, and he talked about. I mean, he's clearly political. I don't think he's ever. And a lot of people in comedy don't ever pretend to be moderate or libertarian or on the right because they've been able to get away with it all these years. And I think the audience maybe said enough is enough. This isn't funny.
I think Colbert's dad and maybe a couple brothers died in a plane crash.
That's sad.
A million years ago.
That's
sad. There's a whole bunch of brothers. Dad and two brothers died in a plane crash.
Wow.
In 1974.
So he was young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's truth to like behind every comedian there's like a little darkness, borderline depression and anxiety disorder?
No, some guys are, Adam Sandler's super nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Henry Winkler's super nice. They're super nice comedians. And then there's like douchey comedians. I don't know. But it's like people. There's nice people and there's just douchey people.
I have a couple girlfriends that have done stand-up, and there's somewhere in Austin, I can't remember the name of it's not Rogan's place, but somewhere else. And my girlfriend did stuff there years ago. And she was like, yeah, I had to stop dating comedians because they're all like really anxious, really depressed potheads. And I was like, is that an Austin thing? Like an Austin comedy scene thing? Or is it like everywhere thing?
Comedians are narcissistic.
So are politicians.
Yeah. And so they just sort of look out for themselves. And I'll tell you the real problem with comedians. They don't do enough vintage racing. Keeps your head straight, man. It keeps your head straight. I had a guy walk up to me and he just goes, you know why I do this? And I go, I think so, but tell me. He goes, because when you're in that car, you don't think about anything ever except for what you're doing right now.
In that moment.
No thoughts. It's not even like when you're asleep, you're still dreaming about stuff or thinking about stuff. You're completely 100% belted into that moment and with no... I couldn't tell you anything I thought in that car other than I was looking for the Sargento cheese...
You took my
sign
line.
up on the that's all
going between the V and the P on the billboard.
That's all it was. I'm looking for the bathroom door on the men's side.
Yeah,
like that. You don't think about anything. You just don't think about anything. And there's something that's sort of liberating about that. And comedians don't do enough tactile stuff. Like they don't build stuff and do stuff. They don't know how to do anything. But the part that keeps you sane is like turning wrenches and getting with nature and kind of hiking and building and, stuff. Like the sanest thing you could do would be to build a tree house. Oh. That's like the sanest thing because it has all the elements in it.
You should do Carolla's Comedian Camp. And you make all of these comedians do the things that you think that they need to do and then work on their show like at the same time. So you're making them a little less narcissistic, a little better at comedy.
Yeah,
it could be a win-win.
There's something about comedians that they're completely useless outside of standing on stage.
Like actors.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I was at the track and I was thinking to myself, there are about 400 guys racing this weekend, and I'm probably in the bottom 5 percentile of slowest, not knowing this track.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't like the way that feels. But then I thought, wait a minute, I'm doing the Pabst Theater tonight, and there's nobody here who could do the Pabst Theater tonight.
And that's good to have those like kind of cognitive ability to be willing to humble yourself and try something new because you know it's fun and awesome, even though you're not going to be the best at it.
Yeah.
And then also be able to realistically be like, well, I can do this thing that also makes me happy and makes me money that these other people can't do.
Yeah.
Like everybody in life needs that balance, whether I think you're a factory worker or a podcast host.
I agree. All right. We have another one?
We do, if you want to get to it.
Yeah.
My double animal style is moving, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
In-N-Out, well, not exactly. She says that President Lynsi Snyder, who of course is the president of In-N-Out, which has a rich history here in California, she is going to personally be moving her kids to Franklin, Tennessee. She's building an office in Franklin, Tennessee. It's a cute little suburb town outside of Nashville. She told this to Allie Beth Stuckey over on her podcast, Relatable, over the weekend. She's the granddaughter, of course, of the In-N-Out founders. You know that she's like a racer too? Do you know this about her? Apparently she really likes to race.
Oh, well, it's a really expensive endeavor. And so a lot of time the kids, they used to call them gentlemen racers back in the day, like in the 50s and the 60s and stuff, because you got to buy a Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then you got to crew it. And then you got to show up somewhere. And so they would call them gentlemen racers, and it was traditionally a sport. I mean, it's kind of like polo or something. Like, well, it's for rich people. You got to have a horse.
Fancy.
Yeah. So it's really expensive. So that it's not a coincidence that rich people do it.
So apparently she's very into it. So I guess In-N-Out in 2023 announced an expansion to Tennessee. Obviously, previously, I think way back in 2019, they had done stuff in Texas, which my family in the area was excited about to get some doubles. But now the HQ is still going to be in Baldwin Park, where the restaurant was originally founded in 1948. And she said that they'll be closing the office in Irvine by 2030, and that she thinks it's really hard to raise a family here in California, and that's why she's made the decision to go to Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. They go, like, if you talk to Gavin Newsom, he'll go, we have the most Fortune 5 company CEOs living within a sector and a blah, blah, and we have the highest GDP of any economy or whatever. And I'm always like, yeah, but people are leaving. So you say whatever you want, but people are leaving. Everyone I know has got some sort of exit strategy for California. And I'm like, that's really all you need to know. Like,
and how many
people
of those
are leaving?
How many of those CEOs are also like, they might have a second home here, but they're making pretty dang sure that they spend 6 months and 1 day outside of California,
right? To avoid
for the
tax.
tax reasons,
right. So people are leaving, and she's leaving, and the only In-N-Out they've ever had to close in all history got closed
in Oakland.
That's a bad sign for Oakland. And, it's so weird, though. Like 20 years ago, it was right about 20 years ago. I knew this guy. He was a writer, and he was kind of an entrepreneur, and he had this idea, and we were talking, and I said, we're kind of saying, well, everyone always talk about White Castle. All the people are from Chicago. They're like, I wish I had a White Castle here. And then me and this guy were talking, I was like, In-N-Out, everyone goes nuts for In-N-Out. They go, when I come to California, I go right to the In-N-Out. And I was like, why don't they have an In-N-Out in Wisconsin or Indiana? Like, if everyone just agrees it's the best, and you guys want to make money, and we had like a meeting with the In-N-Out people, it was like 20 years ago, and they're like, We don't do that.
We don't have
We
to.
just stay here.
Well, to her credit.
I'm like, why not go to another state and make even more money? And they're like, because we don't want to. And this is our business. And we stay in California.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're getting out of California.
Well, to her credit, Lynsi Snyder did start to grow the business. And I think one of the big things was that their patties are never frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like 100% like grass-fed beef and all this stuff. And they were a part of the Maha movement before RFK Jr. got in because they don't use like dyes and all these things in their ketchups and the special sauce. And so, yeah,
I didn't know that.
They've been very open about that. I don't know if they use seed oils or not.
I'll bet they do.
But I'll still eat there. It's kind of a Kraus House tradition. Every Sunday after church, we go through the drive-thru.
Oh, really?
Because like, how else do you feed 6 people for $40?
So good.
Right?
Yeah. Can taste it already.
Why are we talking about food and we don't have any food in here today?
That's a good point.
I'm really hungry.
All right, we got this Hunter Biden clip.
Ooh.
I wanted to play. It's fresh off.
Did you snort?
I don't know what he's doing.
Is it just innate that you snort whenever you say Hunter Biden?
Yeah, it's a rail. I don't know who he's talking to.
Who is this guy?
He's doing an interview, and Hunter's just all whipped up. I'll play the clip.
But fuck him. Fuck him and everybody around him.
About Clooney?
Be fucking nice. Number one, I agree with Quentin Tarantino. Fucking George Clooney is not a fucking actor. He is a fucking I don't know what he is. He's a brand. And by the way, and God bless him. You know what? He supposedly treats his friends really well. You know what I mean? Buys them things. And he's got a really great place in Lake Como. And he's great friends with Barack Obama. Fuck you. What do you have to do with fucking anything? Why do I have to fucking listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his fucking life to the service of this country and decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the fucking New York Times to me and James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 fucking years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of fucking David Axelrod.
Wait, hold on a second.
Snap!
It's funny when he's like, this guy didn't do anything on his own. That was because of the other guy. Like, you're on the board of Barista, an energy company of Ukraine, and you're a crack addict. So
I think this is what my therapist would call projection.
I think they call this projection. Yeah, what does this guy have any business? My dad's been ripping off this country for 52 years.
I kind of love it, though. I kind of love, like, them eating their own.
I do love it, too.
Like, this is so entertaining.
All right, well, we'll play a little more.
40 fucking years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama, and that was because of Barack Obama, not because of fucking David Axelrod, and David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior fucking speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40-50 million off the Democratic Party, they're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times, how to pass more legislation than any president in history, how to have a better midterm election than anybody in history, and how to garner more votes than any president that has ever run. And they're going to replace their judgment for his. Not to mention, who's Jake Tapper's audience? Jake Tapper? My mom.
All right, I just love that they're all pissed.
I love how that he's talking about how much money all of those lower level stuff. I do love the Pod Save America ding though, because it's so true. But I love how he's like, how many millions of dollars did they make off the Democratic Party? And it's like, son, how many millions of dollars did you make off your name dropping your daddy and then calling him when you walked into dinner with Chinese executives?
It's insane. He acts like he started a siding business in the 80s and has now grown to several locations. All he did was do drugs, fuck hookers, and skim money from his dad and his political affiliations. That's his job.
Well, and sleep.
Or selling paintings for $500K.
And slept with, his dead brother's wife.
Right. I just love that there's some judgment going on here.
Has a child that Joe Biden still hasn't acknowledged. Can I say something that annoys me? The denim shirt is like an attempt to be like cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
But then he had a weird sock with khakis and a loafer on.
Yeah.
If you're going to do the denim shirt, lean into it. Put on a pair of fries.
The colorful
Lucchese's.
sock. The colorful sock is basically the gay flag for your feet. It's letting people know you're down.
I thought the cross leg was that.
Cross leg with the exposure of the colorful sock. That's you get maximum colorful sock exposure when you cross your legs in that style because it pulls the pant. For the way I cross my legs like a man, the pant stays down on the shoe.
Yeah.
But you do it that way, you suck that thing up, and you reveal the colorful sock, which says you're down. Yes. Do you have? I think about this every single day. Every single day, I think about our clip of Joe Biden with the baggage and the extra baggage costs, and I just think about this.
That's such a good one.
I think about it every day because I went, "This was our president."
That's the guy that Hunter got all in a tizzy about.
Yeah, his dad was out there trying to fix airlines from charging extra for more knee space because it affected the black and the brown and the disabled or the financially disabled. I don't know. I think about it all the time. And people go, I go, he doesn't know what he's saying. And then people go, yeah, he doesn't know what he's saying. He's just saying what someone else said. And I said, well, that seems bad. You know what I mean?
It like wasn't even on the prompter. I think he's off prompter in that.
Yeah, he's off.
He's just
he's just saying nothing.
Yes.
And that's his dad, but his dad, well, that's the big guy. That's 10%. You know what I love? I love the journalists in this country. Nobody wants to know who the big guy was.
Oh, nobody has ever asked, and I highly doubt NPR has.
Right. Now,
laptop story, not real news. We're not going to bore our listeners with that. Finding out who the big guy was? Nope, can't do that.
There's a piece of paper that says 10% for the big guy who's going to be paid by Hunter Biden, by the drug addict. But meaning, what I'm saying is like if you said, go back to George Clooney. You go, look, George Clooney, we need you to be the face of our new watch company, and we're going to pay you a bunch of money to wear this new watch and be photographed with this watch. We're going to do a whole campaign, and then you're going to get paid a bunch of money. You go, okay, fine. But it wouldn't be his job to pay 10% to somebody else. That's not his job. He's not a bean counter. He's doing. What I mean is
Hunter agent Biden, the big guy?
Yeah, Hunter Biden is the bag man. He's just getting paid. He doesn't know anything about these things. So why is he in charge? He has all these business partners. Why aren't one of them in charge of the big guy?
Yeah.
Unless
or one of them should be the big guy, presumably.
Right. And by the way, you put everyone's name on there.
Yep.
Why'd you leave the big guy's name off? So
and also,
it's only Joe Biden. But the media not interested in knowing it's Joe Biden.
Why did you every single time you were in a meeting that was unrelated to your father because he didn't have anything to do with your business dealings, then pick up the phone and call your daddy? Like every time.
Biden's like, I've never spoke to my son about his business. All right, great. Look, people pull clips with Biden spazzing out and
falling downstairs
and all that, the debate, the
bicycles,
the destruction. They do all the stuff where it's like, we're going to kill Medicaid, and Trump going, you killed it all right, or whatever it is. They'll remember Biden for that.
Yeah,
I'll remember him for this, the subtler stuff, the stuff that sneaks up on you. Here we go.
Transportation is working on rules that would require airlines and travel sites to disclose fees up front. Fees like things, if you want to sit next to your young child, well, guess what? Or check your baggage, or change your ticket. You're going to be surprised. They're going to charge you for that without telling you. Your ticket's going to cost a heck of a lot more. And that's not a Federal Communications Commission. They're working on a rule that would make the same thing for fees that internet companies charge.
All right, hold on. I don't know where my clip is, but this is a different thing where he talks about different stuff for a longish period of time. So you can.
It's the luggage fees, and it's not fair. And then he goes into the because of black and brown people.
All right, here it comes. This is the best part.
But you don't know it.
All right, now you got to go back
until you purchase your ticket.
I go back.
Look, folks, you don't know it.
There, go back.
Until you pay more money.
I'll go back.
6 more inches. Some airlines, if you want 6 more inches between you and the seat in front, you pay more money. But you don't know it until you purchase your ticket.
Except you do.
You do.
Look, folks, these are junk fees. They're unfair, and they hit marginalized Americans the hardest, especially low-income folks and people of color. They benefit big corporations.
Okay, this guy's
part
a
was on
babbling
prompter.
dope. But it's impossible
Yeah.
to hit people of color harder if it's an online ticket that you're getting.
If you and I are both paying extra for the exit row,
right.
like, I don't know, I have Cherokee in me, but I wouldn't consider myself a person of color. But am I an indigenous marginalized community? They're not charging me $50 for the exit row and you like 25. Like, we're both $50 extra for the exit row.
Yes, I believe that's their policy. It would
We
seem
could call up United and ask, be like, you charging marginalized communities more for the exit row and their luggage than you are white
I
rich
feel like
students?
if United Airlines was charging black and brown people more for certain
it would be
things,
a big story.
it's a liability that I just don't feel like they'd want out there.
It's against the law.
It's against the law, but it's also, there's a moral implication. I just feel like nothing in it for them.
I do love how he's like off script and then he goes back to script, and you can tell it by the BDI change.
Right.
It's
And
so
weird.
weird.
I do like that he's up there talking about transportation and room
And he
and
mentions the
baggage and has to weave in black and brown people.
Well, I got confused because instead of talking about the FAA,
Oh, right.
right? He mentions the FCC.
Oh, did he say that instead of FAA?
I could have sworn he said FCC.
Oh, now we gotta.
And I'm like, what's the Communications Commission have to do with anything?
Now we gotta look again.
Sorry.
Well, maybe.
Got to pull it back up. It was in the first part. I could have sworn he said FCC.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll let them. Well, let's see. We'll let them look at. Let's see if he says FCC. I didn't catch that one if he did, but I'm sleep deprived. Let's see. Here
Department
it
of
is.
Transportation is working on rules that would require airlines and travel sites to disclose fees up front. Fees like things, if you want to sit next to your young child. Well, guess what?
What?
Or check your baggage. Or change your ticket.
How about my
You're going to be
steak?
surprised. They're going to charge you for that without telling you. Your ticket's going to cost a heck of a lot more.
You don't know it.
And that's not a Federal Communications Commission. They're working on a rule that would make the same thing for fees that internet companies charge, requiring them to show
What's the different part?
All right, okay.
Internet fees,
I'm not saying
luggage
they can't
fees.
charge it, but you got to let you know they're going to charge
We're
it.
getting all the
Because
bureaucracies involved.
I'll let it run out now. That's it. I've missed this guy.
Some airlines, if you want 6 more inches between you and the seat in front, you pay more money.
Yeah, all of
But
them.
you don't know it until you purchase your ticket.
No, you wouldn't know that.
Look, folks, these are junk fees. They're unfair and they hit marginalized Americans the hardest, especially low-income folks and people of color. They benefit big corporations.
All right. Yeah.
People of color have to pay more for a ticket than you and I do, apparently.
I'm going to miss that little race hustler. His junkie son.
I
His
mean,
now
well,
angry
you
junkie
can't
son.
miss Hunter. He's out there doing interviews, apparently.
I'm going to miss
Going after
that
George
race
Clooney.
hustler and his junkie son.
I love how he mentions that George Clooney must be a nice guy. He buys his friends things. He has a house on Lake Como. As if, like, that's what makes him a good dude.
Hunter seems to like money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why he's sold those priceless works of art that he makes.
Yeah. All right.
Ugh.
Yeah, but those people are all anonymous.
Oh, yes.
There's nothing shady going on.
No, not at all. The big guy.
Oh, now Clooney doesn't like Obama. I love the cat fight.
The infighting
I love when
is
they're all
so
going
fun.
at each other.
It's the best.
Yeah, listen, here's what happened. You guys had a decent party, and then you let lunatics take over the party with a bunch of retarded ideas like men should play in women's sports and birthing people and Latinx and all this shit, and you just let them hijack your party, and then they fucked it up, and now you guys are arguing. You shouldn't have let them hijack your party.
Also, they're continuing down that rabbit hole with this guy. It's not Milwaukee, but I think it might be Minnesota. Some crazy
that
person
guy.
like Mamdani.
Yes,
So there's like a mini version of him in the Midwest. And
Right.
then you got AOC and Mamdani, and AOC's bringing him around the Capitol and telling Democrats to get on board because this is the future of the party.
Right. You
Go
let
ahead.
a bunch of socialists, basically anti-Semitic socialists,
Yes.
take over your party.
I would say just straight up anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic socialists, and people don't like that, and you've ruined your party. Now you have to fight with the older people who don't want to be the anti-Semitic socialist party. That's on you guys.
We'll see how the midterms go.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to be in Reno August 6th.
Oh, cool.
at the National Automotive Museum. Oh, little themes coming up here. Portland at the Aladdin Theater. That's a cool old theater. That'll be August 7th. And then El Paso. When the hell am I going there? The comic strip. That'll be September. Oh, that's not till September 12th and 13th. Go to amcro.com for all that. Alicia, where do we read your op-ed?
Washington Examiner. And this week I talked about how Gavin Newsom and California Democrats completely lied about that ICE raid at the cannabis farms.
What? All right. So, till next time, Adam for Alicia Krause saying mahalo.